What's up, guys? Today we're going to be descaling a tankless water heater. Simple tools you're going to need. This one for the clean out valves, you got to have a 1/2 inch wrench, screwdriver to take the cover plate off, 110 volt submersible pump, set of washing machine hoses, 2 to 3 gallons of distilled white vinegar, and we'll talk about what that's going to do in just a minute. But that's all you're going to need. Some people think that your tankless hot water heater is just on and stays on and you don't need to do anything with it. But annually, you should be descaling it or running a clean cycle through the system so that it can take the minerals and anything built up inside that might be corrosive or blocking the flow of the water, restricting the hot water that you're going to get over time, so that it's taken care of so that it can last you longer and longer and longer. You could call a plumber to come do this job for you, but in our market, the average cost for that is about $350 to $600. And the cost of these parts total, we'll have a list for you, but less than $200 to have everything you need to be able to do it, as long as you take care of it indefinitely for the life of your water heater. And that's it. Simple. I'm going to get started. This Rinnai is an outside unit. Some are inside. This one has a protective cover covering all the valves and the gas lines and such. Like every project we do, we're going to make sure we turn the power off before we get started. That's been done, and I'm going to take this panel off. One thing an outside unit's going to have that an inside unit's not going to have, well, protective cover for one, but for two, it's going to have insulation on the inside to protect the water that sits in the pipes when the machine is not flowing. So inside your house, if your hot water is not on, if you're not actively running hot water, a little bit, about 1/2 gallon or so, a little less than 1/2 gallon of water will be sitting in the lines out here and inside of your heater. So having insulation will protect it. All right, get that panel off. As you can see, yellow is going to be the common color for your gas line. This is our gas line coming in. Over here is the red valve. Hopefully you can see it. That's going to be the outlet. The blue valve back here, that's going to be the inlet. But let me get this stuff unpacked out of here. Let me show you that again. So the red valve here is going to be the outlet for the water coming out of the hot water tank. The inlet is going to be the water going into the water heater. Yellow is going to be the gas. And this right here is going to be the cutoff valve for the gas. And we're going to go ahead and cut that off while we're doing this, just to be safe. All right. We're going to go ahead and cut the water off the outlet. Cut the water off on the inlet. A little tight, only getting used once a year. Valves are going to be a little tight. You're going to make sure you get it all the way shut, because the cycle won't work for the descaling if water's still coming into the tank. There we go. All right. Next step is going to be taking off these caps. They should be hand tight, but they might be stuck on there, in which case we're going to need a pair of channel locks. I'm going to give that a little turn, get that first one broken free. Give this one a little turn. All right, some of these, this is going to be kind of hard to see, but some of these are going to have another quarter turn valve. This one has a 1/2 inch quarter turn valve that you have to use a wrench for to put it in here to open it up. And when we open it up, a little bit of water is going to come out. And outside unit, that's okay. Inside unit, you want to have the line hooked up or have a bucket underneath of it to catch the water. She's on. All right, when you're doing the outlet side, more water is going to come out. So we went ahead and we hooked up the washing machine line. Like you saw, we got it tight. The quarter turn valve back here, it's red. I don't know the best way. Right there. When I open that up, water's going to come out the other end of this line right here. And you want to have the line on first so it doesn't shoot out all over you. There we go, you can see. All right. Next step in the process, we're going to hook up the blue line or the inlet side to the top of the submersible pump so that when we put our vinegar in our bucket, it pumps it up through, recirculates out, and then we're going to put this outlet side down in the bucket so that it just recirculates the vinegar through the system. All right. Last thing you're going to want to look at on this unit here, the inlet screen filter is right here, and you got to have a pair of needle nose pliers to stick in there and turn. On a lot of units, it's going to be just off to the side. You just turn it like one of these caps. That's what it might look like, but on this one, that's what it looks like. So we're going to pop that out, take a look at it. All right, so when you're doing DIY, it's fairly normal for things not to go the way they're supposed to. This slips over top of this and clicks into place, but this unit hasn't been cleaned in several years, and I think that it just pulled itself loose. But the screen's pretty clean, and we salvaged the O-ring. So what we're going to do is put it back in. We're going to pop this O-ring over top, like so. I'm going to put this back on, and the entire assembly is going to go back in its home right there, just like so. And then we're going to tighten it back up. There you go. You just want to get it snug. It doesn't have to be super tight. All right. Next step, put the vinegar in the bucket. All right. Now we're going to plug in the pump. And when we plug in the pump, when we hear it come on, we'll see it cycle. And then we're going to take a look at this connection, and that filter we just put back in, just to make sure we don't have any leaks. And if we do, we'll take a look at them. But let's give it a shot. Make sure the outlet's in the bucket so that it recirculates. All right. So as you can see, just to be mindful of it, we don't have any leaks, and you can see this liquid is clear or milky looking white. We're going to come back in 15 minutes and check it out and make sure nothing's leaking, and then we'll check it again in 45 minutes to an hour and make sure we're good. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes actually, and we're back out here. Just making sure we don't have any leaks. Don't see anything. Checking on the pump and the circ. You can see the water is no longer milky and white. It's turning a brownish color. We'll come back in about 45 more minutes and we'll drain the water off and we'll take a look and see what's left behind. All right, guys, it's been an hour. You can look in here and see water significantly dirtier. Now we're going to reverse our process. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to unplug the pump. Then I'm going to turn off the inlet side clean out valve and put the cap back on it. And then we're going to drain the bucket, empty it out, move the pump, and we're going to open that inlet water valve from the water supply line, and we're going to flush the water heater out through the discharge hose into the bucket and try to get that vinegar and any leftover trash out of the heater and into the bucket. And then we'll take this apart and we'll get everything turned back on. All right, so turn this off. I know it's hard for y'all to see, but I'm just turning off the wrench valve for the inlet side flush back to off. All right. Now we're going to disconnect this so we can get this. The inlet side stays connected to the top of the pump. So I'm going to disconnect this and get it out of the way so I can pull the pump out of the bucket. Then we're going to go dump the water. All right. We're going to reinstall the cap. I'm just going to put the wrench on it and barely snug it up. All right, let's go dump the bucket. Now because it's just your drinking water and vinegar, there are no harsh chemicals or anything to worry about. But you can see that greenish tint to the water. Hopefully that's minerals that were built up in there. This bucket was clean when we started, so we're going to see what's left over in the bottom here in just a second. You can see that sediment and debris. That came out of our heater. Let's go flush it. All right. So we talked earlier and we know that the piping in the heater itself hold a little less than half a gallon, and we got ourselves a 5-gallon bucket. So what we're going to do is take the outlet side clean out valve, put it back in our bucket, and we're going to crack this quarter turn valve that lets water come from either your well or from the city water back and through the heater, and we're going to flush out the vinegar and any debris that might be left in there. When you open it, you want to open it slowly, just crack it slow so that it will not shoot water out all over you. All right, so we've ran out about 2.5 gallons of water. I'm gonna let it go for just another minute. And what I'm gonna start doing is closing the clean out valve, which is gonna stop the water from coming out this direction, but not take it into the house just yet, because I still have the shutoff valve on the outlet. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna take this and dump it. I'm gonna disconnect our discharge hose Once you get that off, reinstall the cap. Doesn't have to be tight. Cap's really just to protect the threads. It's not really to stop water. The valve is going to stop the water. All right. Make sure our cold water is all the way on now. What we're going to do next is go inside, open a hot water valve, and then I'm going to slowly open this and let the lines bleed out. All right, now the camera's inside and I'm outside. I'm going to open this valve so you can see it's going to be normal for air to come out of the line when you turn the hot water back on. Normal, it'll go away in just a few seconds, maybe a minute. All right, now that we got the outlet on, the inlet on, clean out valves are closed, our screen is back where it goes. We're going to turn the gas back on to the unit. We'll turn the power on in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and put this back together and then show you how to take care of your equipment so it'll last for you to keep doing this year after year. All right, let's go cut the power on. This is the one, turn it off. And we should be back on heating water with gas. Now, something that you want to make sure you do. Oh, I hear it coming on. We're going to take our bucket. We're going to rinse it with fresh water. We're going to take our hose, hook it up. We're going to run some fresh water through it. Put it down in our bucket. Fill it up with water. We're going to take our pump, put it down in there. Turn it on. And run fresh water through our system. See the milky stuff coming out over there. That's going to be the vinegar left inside of there. And if you leave vinegar inside, it'll severely rust the components of your pump and of your hoses. So just do this to clear it out before you store it away. That's another video brought to you by Your Home Made Easy. Please like, comment, subscribe for more.